Welcome back, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. In this video, I want to talk about stair design, the Kenyan context, and I want to illustrate how, the builders in Kenya can design, ordinary builders in Kenya can design safe and accessible stairs. And I'm going to use one of the biggest YouTubers, staircase villa, as an example, because he's built this massive villa, which is a big effort that should be applauded. But he's put in a stair that is quite inaccessible, not complete, and I think it's still very unsafe. So I'm gonna use Marwa's video, and I am Marwa's villa, which is a multi-million villa out in a village in Kenya, and show you how he can improve on that stair. It's already built, so there isn't much he can do, but I'll point out a couple of things that he can do to modify that stair to make it more safer and more accessible. So let's watch the video. Here we go. So what you're looking at the moment, we'll just watch it from where the stair is. And so what we'll be looking at is Marwa giving a tour of his villa to a visitor, to a guest, and then showcasing the stair. And I'll just be talking through as we go ahead. Here we go. I want you to listen in a little bit.
Here, even in these stairs, there will be lights here. You see how my hand is going? You see these cables? There will be lights lighting from below. Actually, you use a sensor when you stay, they light. Yes. Your money. No, that's actually the plan. Yes. Yes. The house is kind of complete, but it's not complete. It still needs lots of money to invest. And this is one of our chandeliers that we bought from the one here. Before I show you this place, because we're talking about chandeliers, let me show you this other part of the house. Just come. We still have this thing here because maybe they were anything or fixing. I don't know even which one. Yeah, fixing it. See?
Right, so let's just go back, and then I'll start pointing out things that I want to talk about.
Yes. Let me show you.
Right. So straight up, right there, you can see that's the stair. It's nice and beautiful. It's all decked out in tiles, looking good. However, you will notice that there are no handrails, right? So there are no handrails, so there's nothing to touch when somebody's coming down, especially the elderly, etc. And I know he's promised to go and put on handrails. I'll talk about that later. He's saying he's gonna put lights under the stairs, which is a nice, beautiful feature. But again, the other missing thing here is there is no anti-slip grips. So normally on a staircase, you want to have something on top of here, on top of the staircase, when you're lifting your leg, the front of your feet, to grip something so that you don't slip. So somewhere here you need a bit of it shouldn't be this smooth tile, so you need a bit of a grip, and I'll show you this later, so that when you step on it and then you lift your leg to go up to the next step, you don't slip, especially when it could be wet, or your shoes may not have the necessary grip. So that is a critical safety thing that is missing. And also, let's see somewhere here. Yeah, it's a good picture. Right, so ideally these rough edges here, I think these are supposed to be rough edges. Ideally, they should be on top there. I mean, if you're using tiles and if it was just granite, they could have just, how do I call it, chiseled through or whatever, cut through and created some sort of rough edge here. That is the cheaper option to do that, just creating a rough edge line across there, just so that, you know, it's, yeah, so creating a bit of a rough edge there, just so that to give it a bit of a grip. But you can see they've, I don't know how they did this, but and some people do come, common practice in Kenya, some people do come here and put a quarter angle aluminium beading. You know, that's quite dangerous because that aluminium beading is it's very slippery. So that's one thing you gotta notice there. So there's no handrails, and when he opened this villa and had a party, there are no handrails, so people are moving up and down without handrails. I found that to be quite dangerous. There's no anti-slip grippers or grips, and then of course a couple of other things. So the question again then becomes, what can be done to improve this staircase so that it is safe to use and it's more functional? Of course, in terms of the design, I wouldn't know if in fact that distance from there to there is enough, because ideally you want the width of your staircase from here to that side, from here to that edge, needs to be at least the same distance from there to there as there to there, just to make sure that, you know, you have enough space. But be that as it may be, I'm gonna turn this off now and then show you a detail of a stair that I normally did that can help Marwa improve on his stair and his current staircase design. So typically how we design a stair is, first of your treads. Like I said, a good stair will have at least 300 millimeter wide treads. Normally 325 is good. It's good for a shoe to step on there. And then your rises, anything between 150 and 180 is a comfortable step if you have the space to do it, and most of the time you have. So in a residential area, if you're not so tight on budget and tight on space, you know, 150, 180 is good. The maximum I think you can go is just 200 deep rises, and then wide, your tread should be at least 310, but normally I'll go for 320, including 325, sorry, including the nosing. And then I talked about, and then before I go to this, these are what I call anti-slip grips, you know, and they are readily available in shops around Nairobi and in Kenya. So, you know, you can get those ones and put on. I'll show you examples of that. But another important thing is when he does his rails, the height of those rails, he will need to be at least a meter from the top of the tread to the top of the rail. That should be at least a meter, and all that distance there should at least be a meter across all the time. So from there all the way to the top of that should be at least a meter all the way through, and that is a comfortable height for somebody when they are walking along to touch. And another critical thing that a lot of builders or designers miss out is this this turn back, this grip here. So when you finish your stair, you need at least to have 300, extend the stair at least 300, and then if you can, turn it around 300 and then turn it around. So you can go 300 that way and then sort of turn it around like that. So that for people who are visually impaired, when they are holding their hands along the rail like that, and then they come down, it just signifies that that is the end of the stair. You know, they step there and then they're holding the rail and then they feel the turnaround of that 300 overhang. Then they know that, okay, we've reached the end of the stair. And so we can let go. So this is a small and critical design feature that one can apply, a designer can apply to the stair, just to make sure that you're taking care of all types of people, including those ones who are visually impaired. And then of course you can have the mid bar, or you can have, even if it's a glass rail, the same thing should happen. And then in terms of these multi-grip, anti-slip multi-grips, normally there are different types, and I took a couple of pictures of some of the Kenyan stairs that I've seen, and this is one of them. The problem is that you see this one looks really nice. You see, this one looks really nice there. But, and look at that one as well, all nice with all the nosings and stuff, but there is no anti-slip, and this is all like granite tiles. You see, this is all like granite tiles, and you know, there's no anti-grip, so this is quite a dangerous stair to walk on, even though it's very nice and very classy. So what can you do? So these are called designer nose stairs, you know, and it's a range of designer stair for architectural commercial building applications. You can see how you can purchase this. These are aluminum, that is non-slip, and that is your grip there. So these ones will help prevent falls or slips or just tripping, you know, when you're climbing and using the stair. So basically, guys, that is how you design a stair. Especially for Kenyan context, I've noticed a lot of these villas that these builders are making in Kenya, you know, ordinary houses, just for ordinary houses, they are not observing such design, important and critical design features. And so this video is just to point out that, you know, this is what you can do. The cheapest option, of course, is that you could get and just cut through and make that surface a little bit rough, you know, but again, that needs a lot of skilled craftsmanship. You know, you can cut lines through, but I'm not sure how that will work. So but you know, easier to just go out, purchase those, and then put them at the edge of the nosing, at the end of the stair, over the nosing, and these ones will really help in making sure your stair stays safe and for everybody, and there's no accidents. As well as just making sure that, you know, observing those heights. Those are critical heights for stair railing, and then that is a critical design feature as well, that 300 overhang, and also turn back, you know, where for visually impaired people, when they finish coming down the staircase, they can feel, okay, this is where the stair ends and I'm free, I'm on flat surface, I can walk again. And that is the purpose, mainly the purpose of that. And also, you know, at night, if the stair is not lit, you can use your sense of touch to know that at the end of, you know, once I'm coming from here, I'm holding my hand through here, but once I get to here, I know it is the end of the stair. I can let go. I'm on a flat surface, right? So the rest of it, of course, is just your typical construction. You gotta. I saw they did well with the constructing, the reinforcing, etc., etc. But remember your treads: 310 minimum, 150 to 180 is quite a comfortable height for rises, and yeah. And then you have a good stair. So once again, guys, thank you for watching, and that's all I had for you on this video. Elements of stair design. Let me know down below if you like the video. Please subscribe and share, and then I'll putting up more content about different elements of construction. Probably the next video I'll do is the roof design and eaves detail, and how we can detail that wall to roof connection properly. Right? Until the next video, guys, see you.